Good afternoon. My name is Pete. I'm with Colony Packaging and Machine, and today we're going to discuss the Starview skin packaging machine. The skin packaging machine is, the idea is to be able to package different various parts of size, shape, and profile to the same piece of board with a secure film that's visible yet secure. You can put it out for retail display or ship it in a box. So what it does is it takes a perforated corrugate material. You can see that board. It's treated on one side to help the film stick to it. It's perforated with holes that go the whole way through it. The idea is to pull air down through this screen. There's a vacuum pump underneath the table. The board goes on top of it. We put our product here on top of the board. There are heaters in the top of this machine. That's what those glass bars, they're quartz tubes actually, they're heaters. They warm up the film till it's good and hot, makes it nice and soft. We bring the frame down on top of the parts. The vacuum comes on and pulls the film down around the package. So we'll go ahead and start that process, show you what it does, and then we'll go through each of the controls on the machine. I'm going to put a few pieces of different products, parts, different profiles on this board so you can see what the end result is, how it packages. Once you see what happens here, you'll probably go, oh yeah, I've seen that in the hardware stores, big box store. I've bought products that were packaged this way. But you'll see them in a lot of different places. So we simply hit the start button. This is not a high-speed machine. The heaters are beginning to heat up. It'll heat the film till it's good and soft and warm. It also activates the treatment that's on the film so it sticks to the board. There's timers and controls on the machine just like everything else. You can see a little glow back there. That's the heaters. It's warming up the film. You see it kind of changing shape. It softens up. Then it gets nice and tight. It's going to droop a little bit as it gets really warm. Timing light on the timer. When it's finished, the vacuum will come on. I'll pull the frame down. It'll give us a finished product. Now you can see the product, and probably at this point you recognize what and how it does that. That is essentially how these products get skin packaged to that board. Now these can get cut apart into different sizes, so they could be hung individually on a panel, put in a box, or we could cut them in half and ship a multi-pack, however we wanted to do that. Now we'll go over the machine itself. This is the film frame. The film is sandwiched in between here. All right, so we would pull the film. In this case, the machine loads from the back. We pull the film up through the front, close it, lift it, and we press the start button. That's when the heaters would heat and repeat the process we just saw. This is the vacuum table. Thought that part was, that's where we put the board and our product. We keep our hands out of this area because it's hot. We have a start button, starts the whole cycle. We have a vacuum timer. You heard that vacuum run. This timer obviously sets how long that vacuum stays activated. The heat time, same way. The farther we turn that up, the hotter that heater is going to get, or the longer it's going to stay there and heat that film up. The override button turns the heaters off immediately and activates the vacuum. That would get used in case you overheated the film and you wanted to finish that cycle quickly. The e-stop is like any other e-stop. It kills everything on the machine, the vacuum, the heater, everything. It opens the circuit. One other knob on this machine, and it is an option, is a vacuum, it's a velocity, speed control. So some products, I can think of maybe like a dainty flower or some lightweight plastic piece. So you can actually put enough vacuum through the machine to damage that product. So we can control how hard that vacuum pulls with the control knob on the side of the machine. It's an option, they don't all have that. This one happens to have it. There's also an onboard cutter in the frame to cut the film. It's mechanical in this machine. It just makes it easy to cut one piece of card off from the next one. Some of these have a hot wire built into them. Again, it's an option to cut that film off at the end of the cycle. Main power switch. This one's fairly portable. You see the handles on the side. That's so, a couple of guys could actually pick this top piece off of here, carry it to where you needed it to go, or it could sit on a bench. This one has an optional stand with it, which does have casters that are bolted underneath. One other option is an extension table or work table on the front. This one's toolless, all right, so it just takes these two hooks, they mount in those two holes, gravity holds it in place. That way when we pull the card full of product out, we have a place to put it. That frame would be down, we cut the film off, we're ready to go. We repeat the process. I can put this on the bench, do the next one, we can ship this one out. Another feature of this particular type of packaging is it's very tamper evident. I would have extreme difficulty getting this wrench off of this card. Matter of fact, I need a knife to do that. Even getting that out, it would be evident that I got it out. Higher profile, it might be a little easier, but again, it's still very tamper evident. In the corners, okay, so if I tried to get this off of here, and this part normally wouldn't be in the retail process, you can see the grip. The film and the paper are literally welded together. They became fused. That's how it's bonded. There's no way you're getting that out of there without being obvious you did it. And in addition, and I think this is a great idea for branding, marketing, and getting your name out there at every possible opportunity, customers can opt to get their logo, contact information, maybe a product name or part number, whatever it is you want to put on this board. And of course, in this case, maybe you put a product at each piece or however you want it to do that, but you can certainly get that logo put on there for whatever you want. This happens to be for the manufacturer of this particular machine. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe below. Hopefully we'll see you for the next episode. Thanks.